This lesson, I'm going to show you how to send post data over to your server. So as we know, post is more secure, and if you're sending sensitive data, it's much better to send it via post. So over here, I've updated the PHP in order to receive the field, the name of name, and while we're doing the same thing as we've done before, we're just using echo to print out that content. So post works differently where we're actually not sending it within the URI. So I'm going to get rid of this part here. And I've added in within send, so I've added in name equals my text. So let's check this out and refresh it. And there is something else that we need to add in, but just to show you that we get this undefined index name because we're actually not passing over this name value. So even though we've placed it within send, within the proper format where we've got name equals and we've got that same text value that we're sending, we're not picking it up. And that's because post works via headers. So we need to set some additional information, and we need to set some header information actually within this request in order to fully initiate our send. So this is where we set request header, and we have to specify a content type. So content type, and the content type that we're specifying is we're going to make it look like it's coming from a form. So we're going to do application, and we're going to URL encode it as form data. So I think I got everything there, so I'm just going to save that and refresh it and see what happens. So there's something that I missed out there. Of course, I believe I forgot to send it as a post there, so we do need to send it as a post when we're doing it within this type of format. So now we're able to send over data to the server as a post. And there we can see that whatever we're entering in the form, it's making that round trip. We're picking it up from the DOM, and we're also adding in the event listener on the button here. And once this button gets clicked, we pick up the my text information, whatever value is in that field. We place it in a container called myTXT, and then we initiate creating our new HTTP request object. And once that request object, once we see the ready state changes, and we make sure that it's a valid connection that we're ready status for, our status is 200, that the page is there, then we update the output with the inner HTML of the response text. And then over here, when we initiate that opening to the server file, we're using post, and we need the address of the server file, so it's data.php. And over here, we're setting some request header information. So we're making it look like it's a form, URL encoded. And then within the send, this is where we place our values. So if we had more than one value here, if we want to place some additional content in there, we can of course do that as well. So we could do something like a plus sign, and we can do the ampersand, and if we had some more information, so maybe this could be age or something like that. So we just need to equal it to whatever value. And then of course here, I need to pick that up as well. So I'm going to just put this, update it quickly to age. So we're not actually going to make our age dynamic, and with PHP, it's not a plus sign, it's just a dot there to concatenate it together. So let's see what happens now. So we see that age is not defined. Happen there, we just need to refresh it. So once I refresh it, then now it's working. So I'm not sure exactly why it didn't work the first time, but everything does look correct. And this is the way that you can add in additional values and send them over to the server as well. And then this could just as easily be a value from another text field, picking it up, placing it within a container here within JavaScript, and then sending that over to the server. And using AJAX and especially in combination with JSON and servers, really opens up the door to a whole lot more functionality within your JavaScript. So you're really able to accelerate what you can do with your JavaScript, including interacting with databases via the server and a whole lot more. And there really are truly so many things that you can do now using just AJAX calls and pulling the data into JavaScript.